what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film My Friend Dahmer. Now this is based on the same graphic novel, the graphic novel of the same name, which is I think released in 2002. Now the novel itself was actually created by the artist known as John Backdurf, and he was actually a friend of Jeffrey Dahmer, And of course Jeffrey Dahmer is like the guy who was a serial killer, he killed I think like 17 people, and he confessed to the murders. He was also like a cannibal too, because he would actually like feast on their like body parts and stuff like that, and so on. He would collect their body parts and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, this film is like based on the that graphic novel. And it was actually kind of different than what I kind of expected. I thought at one while that it might be kind of like silly or funny, but it turns out that this is like a pretty good and serious film, and creepy and kind of scary at times too. Overall, even though it's actually like detailing like the friendship that Jeffrey Dahmer had with like this artist who created this graphic novel, this really is a film about Jeffrey Dahmer, like right before he commits his first murder too, actually, which I thought was kind of cool and interesting, because I have always been kind of like interested and like fascinated with Jeffrey Dahmer. So I thought this movie was kind of a big surprise. Now the actor playing Jeffrey Dahmer, his name is Ross Lynch, and from what I know, he plays like a lot of like roles like on Disney channels. So from what I hear, this was actually like a big change for him. But I think like the look that he has for like Jeffrey Dahmer is kind of very similar to like the young pictures that Jeffrey Dahmer does have, like where he's like in school and stuff and so on, like the glasses he has on and everything. And I like how they have like the look of the house too and everything, it looks exactly like the house that Jeffrey Dahmer stayed in too, as well. So I thought that was cool, how they had all that down to a point. Now another thing about Jeffrey Dahmer too, I thought that it touched on very well. It really is just showing like the origin of what was going on with like Jeffrey Dahmer before he became a serial killer. You get to see him collecting like roadkills and stuff, like the animals around, like the dead animals, because he was always like fascinated with like dead animals. He'll take dead animals and take them back to like his house, with like his shed. I think he called like his I forget, because he has like a little brother with him too as well. I think he called like his lab or something like that. And he'll actually like cut the animals up, or he'll put them like in acid and dissolve them. Like the same thing he actually did to like his human victims when he became a serial killer. He'll take like their body parts and then put them like in acid, and like dissolve them and stuff. So he actually was already doing this with animals. And at one point in the film, not to spoil it, he's almost about to kill like a dog, but I'm not going to touch on that, But you also get to see like his relationship with like his friends and so on, while he's like in I think high school and stuff like that. Cause I think this is like set in like the late 70s. It never really stresses like when the year that the film takes place, but it is like in the late 70s if I'm not mistaken. Because another standout role in the film too as well is Anne Heche as his mother, Joyce Dahmer. And I thought she played her part well too. Even like the friends of like Jeffrey Dahmer, all like actors that portrayed those roles, or like his father and so on, they all did pretty good. But this film, from my opinion, really did focus on Jeffrey Dahmer, and I really didn't expect it to be like that. I thought it was gonna be kind of something different, like maybe focusing more on a guy who actually created the graphic novel itself, But it does really have like a strong focus on like Jeffrey Dahmer himself, So I thought that was kind of interesting, But again, you can see how he was, how he's like isolated and stuff. He's actually like the class clown at one point. He begins like to drink alcohol, like and smoke and all that kind of stuff, And there was also moments where you could tell he was about to commit like a murder, So I guess you could tell that even that was actually going on for him too as well, but he doesn't really do it, So I thought moments like that were like tense and like kind of kind of scary, because he actually didn't do it, but you could tell he was like he wanted to do it, He wanted to like bash somebody in their head with a bat, or something like that, but he just doesn't do it, But overall, I thought this was pretty good. Now, now another thing about it, we know that Jeffrey Dahmer was supposed like a homosexual, but in this film, this film is not really dealing with any kind of thing. Like, there's like little hints of like homosexuality or gay stuff in the film, but they don't really like touch those kind of grounds. It's kind of like, it's not really that kind of a film, It's just about this guy, like the origins of a guy who will become a serial killer, You get to see like what was going on with him, which I think is interesting, But it doesn't really touch like the idea of like the homosexuality and stuff like that. That's not really in this film at all, You wouldn't even think that Jeffrey Dahmer was like homosexual or gay, Because they don't really like touch on or really hit that. For some reason, they don't really like touch on it that much. It's not really spoken of or anything like that in the film. You get like little subtle hints of what's going on. It's like when the doctor is like checking him with his doctor and so on. Now moments like that, you could tell that kind of like the chemistry between like him and his doctor. You could tell something kind of is going on there. But they don't really like go all the way with it, you know, and there's like other moments with like some of his friends too as well, you know. I also like to see that you get to see like the stuff that really supposed to happen with Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, like his father giving him like the dumbbells, you know, that he supposedly used to knock out like his first victim, Stephen Hicks, and he killed him, you know. So that's supposedly what he had used to kill his first victim, you know. Plus another thing too, it also gets to show him like, you know, when he's watching like the joggers running by and stuff, like when they're running and stuff like that. Just like how Jeffrey was saying, you know, he was always fascinated with like seeing a jogger run by and he wanted to grab him and like, you know, like kill him and so on. So I thought that was kind of cool that they kind of kept true to the stuff that he actually said that he did want to do, you know. But overall, you know, you wouldn't even think this is based on a graphic novel. I thought they did a really good job with the film, you know. The pace note was like pretty good, you know. Like I said, it is tense, you know. It does have like some humorous moments in it too as well. But it's still really a straightforward, like serious film about the origin of like a serial killer, you know. Now this film was directed by Mark Myers. And I thought, like I said, that the direction of the film was like good and so on, you know. But in the end, like I said, my friend Dahmer, I really did enjoy this. It wasn't what I thought. I thought it'd be kind of something kind of different, but it turns out, you know, I thought it was kind of it was a good look at this, you know, like a well known like serial killer. You know, one of the ones that I'm kind of like most real, like, you know, fascinated with. You know, I'm really into like the Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, serial killer. You know, but in the end, my friend Dahmer, I'm gonna be giving this a B. And I would highly recommend it for like, you know, fans. If you have like an interest like in like Jeffrey Dahmer and so on, you know, I would definitely recommend it for that crowd, you know. So I'm giving my friend Dahmer a B. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.